Hey guys, this is Ken315. I am back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another One Piece episode review for you guys. And again, sorry for getting this episode up later than usual. I've been too busy playing MLB The Show that I was too lazy to freaking do a video. But hey, you're getting a video on Monday since my Monday literally has nothing to do on, because there's nothing on here in terms of my upload schedule. So, anyways. We get One Piece episode 972. And what I feel like the backstory for Oden is coming to an end. We're probably get to the final Oden battle he has, his execution, and then we'll get back to the present timeline of things like that, which I know a lot of people are gonna be fucking happy because I look at the Verve comment section. People are like, bro, can we just hurry up and get back to the Luffy storyline? Can we get back to the present? I don't want to see this Oden stuff. I understand, but listen, we have to understand what happened and things like that. Again, I still hate how One Piece gives us these backstories, in key moments. I said in my last video, they really could have given us the Oden backstory at the start of the arc, and everything. But okay, fine, I understand. And stuff like that. But this episode starts off literally with a fight, and it is Kaido versus Gecko Moria, which we all knew because we knew Gecko Moria at one point had to went to Wano to get Ryuma's shadow, because we saw that Ryuma's skeleton shadow person had Shushui on him. So we knew that Gecko Moria went to Wano at one point and he stole Shushui from the grave. And that's what happened. We see that Kaido absolutely wrecks freaking Gecko Moria. They didn't show much of the fight, but we see that Gecko Moria's crew was absolutely destroyed. We also see a much younger Kaido too, who's damn near half the size he is now. And we cut back into Oden. Oden's still doing his Oden dance where he looks like a freaking insult and stuff like that. And it's just like, man, it's just getting really bad for him. People just have lost complete trust in him and things like that. You have Momonosuke and Hiyori saying they like his dances and stuff like that. Oden does talk to Toki, and essentially Oden's like, why don't you want to leave me? And essentially Toki's like, why would I leave you? I've been with you this far, so what's the point? You haven't made me mad. So Toki's an honorable wife. Anyways, I believe we have a 5-year time skip again, which I think lines up to the time period where essentially they say, the day that the scavengers are going to try to avenge obviously their fallen leader, Oden. And we see that Oden's got a nice little goatee under his chin and everything and stuff like that. He still continuously does the dances and stuff like that. And yeah, anyways, we have Orochi walking into Curry at one point, and essentially Orochi tells at first earlier we see that Oden actually goes to Old Man Hugh's house, and he kind of just chillaxes with them and stuff like that, and he's having a good time. Then again, cutting back to what I was saying, Orochi comes to Curry, and essentially it seems like Oden was promised something, and that promised thing was the fact that Kaido was more than likely going to leave Wano, and Orochi was going to step down and hand the reins of Shogun over to Oden. And Orochi's like, you really thought I was gonna give all that to you? Oh, please, you can't be any more gullible. And stuff like that. And essentially, Orochi's like, if you really thought that, you really gotta be fucking stupid. I'm not gonna openly give up my power. I'm not gonna tell a fucking pirate he can leave the country. Oh yeah, on top of that, we're gonna make Curry a power plant operations here where more factories will be built here. So I'm just gonna let you know here, okay? Fine, cool, great. So this utterly, and then he also leaves Oden with one more fat check of essentially making Oden go off the team, and he's like, "Oh yeah, since old man Hio didn't freaking want to help us and listen, and didn't want the Yakuza to back me, essentially, well, I took him and his Yakuza out because they tried to take me out, and we took them out." Oh yeah, and then his stupid wife was clinging to him, begging him not to be taken from her. Well, excuse me, I'm hiccuping. Well, guess what? We shot her in cold blood, and now she's dead. So guess what? Old man Hio lost his wife, and nobody's gonna stop me, and you can't stop me. Kaido can't stop me. Nobody in this country will be able to stop me. Well, I won't say Kaido. He didn't say Kaido won't stop him. Him and Kaido are working together, but essentially he's further saying that nobody in Wano will be able to stop him, essentially. And can I just say this? The animation in this episode, spot on. And the animation in this scene was great. And you just have Oden understanding the huge mistake he did of just allowing Orochi to do whatever he pleased for the past 5 years, I believe they said it in the episode. I don't have my notes. I'm just remembering this all from memory. And the fact that he just stood there and kind of was just dancing literally for nothing. And he's probably like, I could have attacked this man. And I could have put a stop to this and made Wano a country for the better. And I just stood here and danced like a legit idiot, which we'll talk a little about later in the episode. So he rounds up the Scabbers. He's like, we're going to go attack Kaido, and we're going to take these guys out, and we're going to send them packing. We're going to behead these guys. So you get the reason why the Scabbards get their 9 names, then the 9 red Scabbards get their names, and stuff like this time is the same exact type of scene, just like how we saw before the backstory, how we saw the Scabbards, the nine red Scabbards traveling, getting ready to travel to Onigashima to avenge their fallen master, their fallen leader in Oden, and stuff like that. But this time you have it where Oden's with them in the backstory, and they get to this point where there's this clip, and they see thousands of beast pirates, Kaido's men, and Kaido in his dragon form is already there and stuff like that. And Kaido's like, huh. And one, they're all shocked. The other Scabbards are shocked, like, how are there so many? How do they prepare for this? And Kaido kind of replies, he's like, row. It seems like, Oden, you freaking have somebody leaking the information to you, because we never would have been prepared if that's not the case. Tried to get the slip on us. Again, hinting at the fact, even in this backstory, there had to be a traitor, and now we see that the traitor definitely has to be somebody on the 9 red Scabbards. The traitor had to be somebody from the Scabbards. I don't know who it is. I'm not gonna say who it is. And for the people who read the manga, please do not say who the Scabbard, who the traitor is, because I know they revealed who the traitor was. I'm not gonna say. I'm not. Hopefully, the manga people are going to say who this traitor is. But it goes to show you that somebody within the 9 red Scabbards was leaking this information out to Orochi and Kaido from way back when Oden was there. And maybe that one red Scabbard, one of the members of the Scabbards, probably was kind of insulted by what Oden did and kind of lost trust and felt like nothing was going to get better. Or hell, might have been working with Orochi when Oden was gone sailing off with Whitebeard and Roger. That could also be happening too. Now, my thoughts, who could be the traitor? It definitely can't be Denjiro, because Denjiro, he's been gone. And we don't know where Denjiro is currently in the present. So that too. I don't think it would be Kinemon, because he seems very honorable in respecting Oden's wishes, because he was like Oden's best friend, essentially. And stuff like that. And he came up with his entire plan. It would be some mid-level, like, effery if that was not the case. And it definitely, I, yeah, I don't know who could. It definitely couldn't be even. Hell, it definitely couldn't be, you know, um, Dogstorm and Orochi. It couldn't have been those guys. Yeah, I don't believe it would have been. But I guess we're gonna find out soon. I'm guessing. But essentially, Kaido goes on to say is like, you're such an idiot, freaking Oden. You're just as gullible and free, lacking as Whitebeard and freaking Roger. Me and Orochi, if you had not just been so diplomatic and you would have not done your dances and stuff like that, we actually would have been terrifying with what you would have gotten, because we didn't even have an army at that point in time. We only had like a small number of followers. You had a whole set of followers, the people that would have fought with you, and you might have actually taken us out and actually won. But it seems like that's not gonna happen this time. And you get this amazing paneling where Oden's getting ready. He's like, well, I guess we're gonna have to take them all on ourselves. He tells the scabbards to get ready, and you just have an amazing animation where you have all the scabbards take out the beast powers when they're in front of them. And as you're looking at the obviously the petal flowers, we actually see, because they cut over it, we actually see that these dudes are cutting the beast pirates up and they're killing these guys. Like, they're marking dudes and stuff like that. And that's kind of where the episode ends off, where Oden is going to fight Kaido, and we all know that Oden's, managed with his two swords, manages to cut Kaido, leaves him with the big scar, but we all know that it's going to fail because Kaido's too strong, and he's not, and he wasn't strong enough to beat Kaido. But to show that, or to be revealed the fact that if Oden, just after leaving, Orochi's palace those years ago, when he first met Orochi after coming back to Wano, all he had to probably do was do that stupid dance and then go home and tell the scabbards, hey, raise your swords, get your weapons. Tell anybody else that has any trust in me, even after this dance, that humiliating dance I did today. Round them up, tell them we're attacking Orochi's palace, and we're burning that thing to the down. We're burning it down. We're burning his palace to the ground. We're gonna kill him, and then after we're done with Orochi, we're gonna go take our fight with Kaido and force him out of our country, or we're gonna kill this guy. And that's what Oden should have did. That's what Oden should have did after the first time, because if he did that, things for the timeline of Wano might have drastically changed different. Now, we don't know if he would have ended up beating Kaido all those years ago, before he's trying to find him now. But you could say he might have actually could have. So it's crazy to see that one mistake literally cost Wano years, like 20 years of essentially being, and honestly, a dictatorship. You have all these, the people of Okabor Town and stuff like that. They wouldn't be so damn poor. They'd be flourishing, prospecting. They wouldn't be getting leftover foods and stuff like that. Nothing bad happened out of Orochi's enjoyment would have happened to these people. No, we found out how our old man Hio ended up in Udon prison. We found that out. If you had just taken care of Orochi and Kaido, that would have never happened. And things would be much different. Hell, the Straw Hats might have probably, maybe went to Wano, maybe never went to Wano, who knows? But if they did go to Wano, they would have seen a person in Oden who knew frickin' Roger and stuff like that. And who knows, if Oden was still alive, he could be like, wait, you look familiar, like that one kid, in reference to Frankie, that one kid and stuff like that. Weren't you living like some place called Water 7? He's like, yeah, I used to live there with Tom. And it goes to show you that, like, one mistake in this backstory essentially causes the downfall of Oden here and things like that. Now, obviously, it's a walled-off country, and I was like, you wish you could get Whitebeard to do this, but then again, I just remembered it's obviously, a country that doesn't interact with the outside parts of the world, so there's no way for Oden to get in contact with Whitebeard and be like, hey, could you help me with this situation and stuff like that. So, it was a good episode. We're gonna start to see the tragedy of the Oden backstory. We're gonna see Oden versus Kaido, and then I guess we're gonna see the start of the execution for Oden. And yeah, but also, can I just say this? The animation in this episode was phenomenal. Just flat out phenomenal. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna freaking say. I enjoyed this episode, very much like this episode. I definitely can't wait to see next week's episode. Anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of One Piece, as well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more One Piece content. So other than that, guys, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night when you got this video. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.